Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I am bringing you my top 5 tips for new runners. So let's get into it. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 tips for if you're brand new to running, thinking about running, or just started running. These 5 tips just help you safely get into the sport, get a really enjoyable experience, and hopefully continue and also not get injured. My first tip, and the most important tip, and the main thing you can take away from this video, is make sure you have good running shoes. Don't use the old pair of shoes you've had in the cupboard for ages. They'll likely be worn out. It will increase your chance of injury and you just won't have a good experience. Find a really good local specialty running store. I'd recommend doing some research, ask anyone that you know that runs, have a look at some reviews, and you'll find there's lots of good running shops around. You're ideally looking for one that's got a treadmill that you can run in the shoes and get filmed. But the most important thing is make sure that they are comfortable when you first put them on. They're not going to get any more comfortable than when you're first wearing them. They really should have no pressure points, nothing digging in. They shouldn't be too short. There should be good room at the end to wiggle your toes around. They should just feel really nice to run in and something that you'd be happy to spend hours wearing straight away. So that is tip number 1. Go and get some new running shoes. Tip number 2, make sure you start with really short runs with plenty of walking. Your first run, if you haven't run before, you haven't run for a long time, should really be only around maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And I wouldn't recommend running for more than maybe 1 or 2 minutes at a time and have a minute of walking, and just repeat that. Just take it really easy and gradually build up slowly over the course of several weeks. The worst thing you can do, try and run really far and hurt yourself and not be able to run again, or have not an enjoyable experience. My tip number 3 is following on really from tip number 2, is really take it easy when you start out. Don't be tempted to try and run as hard as you can. Again, recipe for injury, recipe for not enjoying it, recipe for not keeping up running, unfortunately. So on your first runs, and as you build up in that distance from step 2, keep your runs nice and easy pace. It's fine to almost be really a conversational pace. Just getting used to it, just letting your body realize what it's doing, learn what running is, and get used to the feeling. So that is tip number 3, take it easy. Tip number 4 is make sure you warm up. Now, if you don't know how to warm up, there's loads and loads of videos on YouTube on how to warm up for running. Just make sure you warm up. The very, very basic warm up is make sure you have a bit of a walk for 2 or 3 minutes, and then a short run, 30 seconds, 1 minute. Just get your body moving, and then look to do some dynamic stretches like lunges, some squats. I will be bringing you a video on that. Warming up will, once you start your run proper, will make it a lot easier, again reduce the chance of injury and lead to a much more enjoyable experience. So that is tip number 4, make sure you warm up. Tip number 5 is give your body time to recover between runs. You want to ideally be running a maximum of 2 or 3 times a week when you start running. Give yourself at least a couple of days between each run for your body to absorb, recover, let your muscles settle down before you get into your next run. I've seen more and more people posting on YouTube recently videos of I ran every day for 30 days. It is really, really bad idea. It's a recipe for burnout, it's a recipe for injury, and it's a recipe for doing too much too soon and you won't keep up the running. Don't run too often. Give your body 1 to 2 days to recover from each run before you go out again. You'll have a guaranteed more enjoyable experience each time you run. if you're not feeling completely fatigued at the start of each run. So tip number 5, give your body time to recover. I've got 10K to run now, I'm nicely warmed up. So I will check in and give you my bonus tips for making your running even better. So this is my second video on YouTube. You can head back, I'll put a link to my first video, which was the most important thing you can do to improve your 5K time. You can find that by clicking the link now. I'd love to know what videos you'd like to see. If you would like to comment of what you'd like to know about to help your running, just chuck a comment down below and I'll try and make a video on that. The other major thing you can do to help support the channel and get more videos on how to improve your running is to just click the subscribe button, hit that like button, and tap that bell notification to get notified of when I upload another video. Bonus tips, amazing. So my first bonus tip is find a running group. There's so many running groups to get involved in now. Just Google your local area. I'm involved in the Macedon Rangers Running Club. They have awesome couch to 5K and intermediate running programs. There's people all the way through from just starting out all the way up to completing massive 24-hour and 48-hour ultras, doing some absolutely amazing things. It's just awesome to see everyone out at all levels giving it everything. Just the people doing couch to 5K are just as amazing in my eyes as the ones that are doing the longer or faster or more endurance events. It's all relative to where you are with your running. If you can get involved in a local running group, you'll have people to run with, you'll have a structured program to follow, and it'll be more motivating you to get out, especially when it's cold and wet through winter, or you're not sure what you would be doing. There's always going to be someone that's at your level that you can run with, and you can get guidance from people that have been there. So bonus tip number 1, join a running group. Bonus tip number 2, when you do go out running, especially if you're running in an area like this where you're pretty unlikely to see anyone else, it's really important to bring your phone, bring some ID, bring some cash or a card, just in case you do need to get in touch with someone, get home, get picked up, get a taxi, organise someone to come and get you. Just really, really important to go out with something like that and not just without anything at all. So tip number 2, make sure you bring ID, some money and your phone. Okay, bonus tip number 3. Now, I don't want to tell you to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Shoes are the most important thing. But a second and fairly low value purchase is to buy some sort of running belt or some sort of shorts that have a secure pocket that doesn't jingle and bounce around while you're running. You can pick up running belts for around $15. You can spend more and more on them, but they're all pretty good. One, you can just put your car key in there, put your phone and money and ID, and you won't have it jiggling around and distracting you on your run. It's a really, really worthwhile purchase. So bonus tip number 3, get a running belt. Bonus tip number 4, this is about headphones. Loads of people love running with music. I love running with music or listening to audiobooks and podcasts and radio and all that sort of thing. It really can help pass the time, can help keep you motivated and running along. But if you are wearing headphones, I'd really encourage you to, if you're wearing in-ear ones, to make sure that you don't have the volume too loud, so you can hear cars, you can hear people on bikes, you can hear car horns or anything you need to hear. It can be really quite dangerous not knowing what's coming up behind you, or coming from the side, if you're in any danger or anything like that. There are some amazing headphones that have pass-through capability of outside noise now. Encourage you to have a look at those if you really do need music. I myself use a brand called Aftershocks. I'll put a link below to them. They're actually bone conduction, so you don't have any sort of headphone in your ear. It sits just in front of your ear, and you can hear the music and you can hear everything that's going on around you, and they've been, you know, really excellent. You'll even find that some events now, they won't allow you to use in-ear headphones just because you can't hear people running up behind you, you can't hear instructions, and they're generally considered to be just a hazard to other people. So if you do need headphones, volume low. If you can get some that have pass-through, or you might already have some. That's what I would recommend. So that's tip number 4, headphones. Bonus tip and final tip, number 5, is don't overthink it. There is loads of things you can do in running. If you're just at the start or getting back into running, just get out there and just run. Just really enjoy it. Take it easy, enjoy the sights, enjoy everything that you'll see. Don't worry too much about how you're running, how far you're running, the pace you're running. Just get out there, enjoy it, take it as an opportunity to meet a few new people, and just gradually ease your way into the sport. Don't worry about how you're holding your head, how you're holding your arms, what you're doing. Just run. In the early days, it's just about the enjoyment, just about getting your body used to it, and there's plenty of time for working on everything else that comes in running. So tip number 5, don't overthink it. Just get out there, run, and come home with a smile on your face. Just coming to the end of my run. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found that useful. There's 2 takeaways from this, the first thing and the last thing. First one is get the best shoes that you can afford. Get them fitted properly at a running store, hopefully one recommended by a friend or one you've researched on the internet. And number 2 is don't overthink it. Just get out there, enjoy the running, take it easy, and you will be back again and again and again. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to hit subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell notification icon so you can see whenever I upload a video. This is slightly disappointing. Just dropped my glove in freezing puddle.